Hello, Emma from Body Love HQ, and I thought I'd drop in with a daily mantra, a daily body love mantra. I'm dropping in with these for the next little while because I think it's really important. Sometimes mantras help us to think about things in slightly different ways, and I also believe in the power of affirmations or mantras. I love Louise Hay's work. So I thought I would jump in with a new body love mantra for today. So today's mantra is, I am not who I am going to be, I'm always becoming. And one of the first things I learned when I started going down this whole self-development sort of thing is that we never finish improving. You just don't ever get there. And I think this is one of the problems with diet culture, is that we're sort of told, you know, when you get to your goal weight, you're going to be happy. It's not necessarily true. It's probably actually not going to be true, because the whole process of getting there is quite stressful. And then being stressed that you're going to be able to stay at your goal weight is pretty stressful too. So that's a bit of a diet culture tangent. But I actually find it really, really refreshing to know that it's all right. I'm never going to get there. So that sort of takes the pressure off. Do you get what I'm saying? So the other thing that I love about this idea is we always have an opportunity to change. You know, like sometimes we feel really, really stuck, and it feels like, you know, we're never going to be happy, or we're never going to feel good about ourselves. But we always have opportunities to change, and we've always able to take small or big steps to get closer to what we're becoming, which always changes, right? Because we're always becoming. The thing that I want to say though is none of this stuff is instantaneous. And I think that's sometimes where it gets frustrating, is that, you know, we want to be where we want to be right now. And if we take a few steps and we're not there yet, it can get really frustrating, and it can become very, very easy just to quit. And don't worry, I've done that myself. But that's the beauty of always becoming, because even if you quit, you can start again anytime and get back on the wagon of becoming whatever it is that you're becoming. So I wanted to give you three kind of little steps, or three things to think about when you're thinking about what are you becoming, and you know, how can I make positive change all the time. So the first thing is thinking about the word beginning. So sometimes, as I said before, we just want to be there. But if we start to think about, I'm beginning my journey. So it might be, you know, you want to feel a bit healthier. I'm beginning to eat more leafy greens. I'm beginning to go for a walk when I'm available. I'm beginning to do things for myself more often. So it doesn't mean you have to do it all perfectly straight away, but it just means you're taking that very first step. So starting to use that word beginning a lot in your language, or at least in your thought patterns, can be very, very powerful. The second one is that word becoming. I'm becoming something else. So you don't have to be there right away. It takes that pressure off, but you can start to think about, I'm becoming something else, or I'm becoming better at something, or I'm becoming a different person sometimes. So think about this. Start to write down. I really recommend journaling. I love it. Write down what you want to become. If you could do anything in the world, who would you become? What sort of things would you do? How would your life change? So start to get really clear on what it is that you're becoming. Because unless you're clear about that, how are you supposed to get there, or how are you supposed to take steps when you're not even sure about what you want to become? And then take some action. That's where we often forget, right? We do all this beautiful journaling or meditate or decide what we want to become, but we don't take a little action. And it doesn't have to be a big one, but taking some sort of action is really, really important. And the third thing is allowing. So what happens is sometimes we decide what we want to become, do a bit of journaling, take some action, and we decide that the only way we can become this thing is to do this, to take these certain steps. But often what we're missing out on is all the beautiful support that's on the way. So it might be people that want to support you. It might be people with really great advice. It might be just things changing in the universe. So like you might get a job interview, or someone might recommend that you go down that road instead of that road. And sometimes we get so stuck on how we think things should be that we stop allowing things into our lives. So I highly recommend that, yes, take that small step, but maybe just take a little break after that and go, okay, what's going to happen from that? Maybe you'll meet someone. Maybe a book will fall off your shelf that opens to the right page with the right information. So it's getting that balance between taking the action and allowing things to happen for you. And that's why in the Body Love Method, I talk a lot about allowing versus achieving, because we're so programmed to achieve all the time that we're sometimes not allowing things to happen on our behalf. So I just want to remind you that it all starts with starting, right? So that we can think about what we want to become, but if we don't actually take a little tiny action, as I just said, it's never ever going to happen. So take a little step. And if you get it wrong, that's cool, because you're still becoming every single day. You can make a mistake and do something different the next day. It's going to be fine. Now, I also want you to think about this. Are you becoming someone who goes on retreat to Bali? Because that's what I'm becoming this year. I've never done that before. I've never taken women with me to Bali for a beautiful week of transformation and yoga and relaxation and not having to do anything or be anywhere. So maybe you are becoming that person, and maybe you want to take a little step towards that. So I'll put a link in the comments to the Bali retreat, because I've still got a couple of spots available. And if you want to become someone who goes on a Bali retreat, the first thing you need to do is go on a Bali retreat. Funny that, hey? So I've also linked up a podcast that sort of talks a lot about what I've just been talking about now. So if you want to re-listen to these ideas and start to learn about these ideas, I highly recommend listening to that podcast. So just remembering that our body love mantra for today is, I am not who I am going to be, I am always becoming. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.